Hey everyone, I just want to go over my Mod 24 Wizard build. This is for AOE. This one is for, I use in Master Temple Team, or Spider, just because it's Raptor, but it's pretty much the same if you're not going to use Raptor, but our group most groups I run with use it, so it just kind of makes sense. Okay, so let's just go over. So gear, I am using the new headpiece, just because we're in Underdark. It's a little bit more, I think, than the accuracy helm. If you don't want this, you can buy it on the auction house. It's pretty cheap, but if you don't have it, you can go this one. It's in the Seal vendor store, 7.5% accuracy. It's just as good. Okay, there's other options too, right? Like this one, I don't think it's as good because you're not proccing it as much, and then the mobs are like going in between, right? So you have a lot of downtime and stuff like that. So let's just do this helmet or then the Dashing Mark Chapeau. I'm using the Combat Advantage Accuracy Chest, Crit Severity Gloves, and I'm running the Mastercraft thing. So if you're not using Mastercraft, Lionheart would be the best bet until the new weapon set comes out. So managed modification is Chilling Cloud. It's nice at will because it's AOE as well. So when things are damaging, you can just proc it off, right? Recharge speed, I can do, for this one I could do AP gain as well, because AP gain is pretty much why this build is so strong. And then accuracy, this is because everything else is capped for me. These are the best in slot boots, I don't care what everyone else says. They come in felt. The AP gain is ridiculous, and that's what you want, right? I am running, this is from the Dragon Hunt. I'm using its combat advantage and movement speed. It's just nice because it increased movement speed in between mobs, and then it just helps me just cap out combat advantage, right? As Dex int, right? So this is the red dragon mark set. I'm using the accuracy ring from Dragonflights. Other good ones, right? You can use our Band of Air, or you can use this one's alright. The only reason why I don't like this one is because Smolder and Rhymefire are pretty much like the most of your damage, so this doesn't really help out. You can use an Encounter ring as well, and you can proc that, or obviously Rise Glare is a good choice, but I feel like the accuracy will help out everything overall. Yeah. And has a little bit of recharge speed as well. I'm using the Dragon Hunt set here. It's very nice because it gives me power, crit severity, right, the set bonus, and then reduces the cooldowns, right? This is more of a single target, but it obviously does help AoE. I ran them Envenomed just for the AP gain. Stunning obviously helps as well, but just the AP gain as well. And obviously that's the Dragon set. I'm running the 3 Storytellers. If you only have Envenom, that's fine. You can just run 1200 artifacts, right? Demo, right? Dragonbone Blades, everything else is good. And the other ring, right, is Soothsayer's ring. I will, once they fix the Crit Strike ring, I'll probably be running that one and then the Combated one. The new rings, I haven't got the Combated one or the Crit Strike ring yet, but I know that as of right now, the Crit Strike, Crit Severity ring from Massive Temple is bugged. But if you don't get that, this one is really good as well. So I'm running Constitution and Intelligence. Obviously Intelligence for magic damage. You can run in Constitution for action point gain. I want pretty much in Master Temple or Temple of the Spider. I pretty much have my daily up for every mob group. If it's big enough, and some of the smaller ones, it'll be like a group and a half. So pretty much you're using your daily almost every single mob group. If it's a slower group, DPS, you'll have it up all the time, which is awesome, right? If you don't want Constitution, I'd probably do Dexterity, right, for movement speed, especially in racks and stuff like that, where you just want to just get as fast as possible, and then Crit Severity as well. But this is the 2 I run. As you can see here, I don't have any buffs. So I do have Accuracy Combat Advantage. So I do run. So the helmet, or the Crit Strike, right? So this is going to be capped because of Raptor. Accuracy, that's 60, plus the chest piece. And then my combat enhancements, that's at 75 when it's fully procced. Combat advantage is 75 right now, plus tutor, right? And then plus the chest piece and then this stuff as well, right? It's just, there is some overlap, but it's just the way things aren't always procced right in AOE because there's always downtime. This is round 87 with what's it called? Squash Soup, and I use Plastic Potency, right? And then I caps out my crit severity. So these are pretty much all capped. And then 75. So if I don't want to run this, I think it's like, this one's a little bit like more damage, theoretically. But if I do that one, right, I'm at 68 plus 15, right? So it's over 80%, right? So 82% accuracy. So that's some options as well. Enhancements, crit strike, power, crit severity, forte, right? Movement speed, I just prefer the movement speed. You can run AP gain or recharge speed as well. Poison Thorn, I don't have the other, was it the burn one, whatever it's called. I probably won't get it, but that's a good option as well. And then Devil's Precision and Rage of Flames. So Rage of Flames, you can swap that out, right, for say like Spider Slayer or Drow Slayer. These are all good choices. The other one I've been trying is Corrupt Lethal, just for the AP game, just getting more and more and more. This has been helping out a lot as well. So powers, right? So I have Chilling Cloud. This is the At-Will. Icy Terrain. R1 is Chill Strike, Conduit of Ice, and Fireball. And then your main daily is Arcane Singularity. I tried out Ice Storm. It's pretty cool. It's massive too, but it takes, you have to be up close and personal. It knocks him down, but the chances of dying are high because you're up there. And then it's a 2-second delay, right? Where this one's so good because it's you can cast it, right? It's controlling the mobs and you're running towards them, casting like your Fireball, Conduit of Ice, Chill Strike, and then when you get there, right, you can do Icy Terrain. So you're doing damage, and then you're doing more damage, right, with these ones as well. Critical configuration, so I can the 10% crit severity, as well as applies Smolder, right, whenever I crit strike. So it doesn't have to be a Fireball, right? So I'm only using one fire skill, and then everything else when it crits, right, it's going to apply Smolder, which is pretty much, and Ram Fire, right, because of chilling advantage. So it does a lot of damage. And then Combustive Action for the 5% AP gain every second. So this is why this build is so strong. It's for AP gain, right? Smoldering Recovery, right? AP gain. Glowing Flames, right? It's going to radiate to other enemies, your Smolder. Your cold damage, right, is applying Ram Fire directly, which is awesome too. I'm using this one, 10% more crit severity, right, and then your Smolder deals 25% more critical damage. Okay, so obviously the 10% is awesome, but yeah, more Smolder is your number one pretty much damage source in AOE anyway, so it's really strong. And then Directed Flames, so it just instantly applies Smolder at 25% of its total damage, so it's just like a bigger direct hit. So Boons, movement speed, right? Defensive one, offense, crit strike, campaign, obviously everything that's all the offensive ones. I have like the potion ones because this is like I just copied over my regular rack one AOE build, and then I just haven't swapped over. You can do life if you want, doesn't really matter too much. Forte and recharge speed. I did get, I might change it up to action point gain as well. I think I'll be fine. Yeah, I will be fine. I just haven't done it yet. So the 3 that you could choose from: Masterclass, right, Call of Power, and Quick Turnaround. And then Bloodlust for the extra, obviously decreasing target's defense is nice. Do additional hit, and then increasing your action point gain, right? Companion, I'm running Regis. He's strong. He hits like his first big hit is this bigger mini rogue attack, which is awesome and does a ton of damage, right? Succubus, awesome too. Mystagogue, they're all good, right? But Regis is my favorite. Double accuracy, right? And then crit strike accuracy. These can change on your build just because of whatever you're missing stats, right? And stuff like that. Oh yeah, my overloads are pretty much all accuracy. Just because everything's pretty much capped. Oh, this one's crit strike. I could change it to I could probably change some things around, but those are the ones that I've chosen so far. Companion gear, Wolfgar, Phase Spider, Black Dragon Insight, Raptor, and Alchemist Discipline. You can swap things around, whatever you're missing, right? I get the 5% crit strike for mine. If you're running Gith, you might be, instead of this one, right, you could be running Dritz. You can run Wolfgar and Dritz for the extra bonus as well, if your crit strike's high enough as to begin with. But this one just kind of helps out how things are going. So if you wanted to change them up, you can run Dritz here, right? And then you probably change up your instead of Wildstorm Lick, or instead of Squash Soup, you can run Watermelon Sorbet as well. So lots of different options, right? Grand Inspiration, Pegasus, right? Wings is probably better for a lot of situations, but some groups don't like Wings in Temple because it pushes mobs like over into areas that they can't get to, and it kind of slows things down. But you can also push things off a cliff in Temple of the Spider and other areas. So Wings is number one, pretty much, and then Pegasus and Vortex. Anything that's AOE based, right, is awesome. And then Rapid Accuracy, just because everything else is capped for me. So there's lots of different things that you can run. So Assassins, Gladia's Guile, Artificial Persuasion, right? So I'm going to cast Artifact, 2 seconds off. Another Gladia's Guile, right? Movement speed is awesome. And then Warlord's Inspiration for my Regis as well. And that's what I'm running. So when you're actually doing, like, say there's a, I'll put a mob in here and stuff like this, right? So kind of, that's the build. It's very strong. Like, I think it's the strongest AOE build in the game. I've played with probably the best rogues in the game, and I've stilled 20 to 30 milled them before the first boss in Temple of the Spider. I played some Arcanists against them, and the people that played them. They were doing about 50 to 60 million less. So I usually average around 100 million damage before the first boss, kind of thing. So it's very, very strong, right? It's strong because you're casting your daily all the time, right? So say there's a mob, like that's just a group of mobs up there, right? So you're way back here, you can cast it, right? I like to put my Conduit of Ice on the biggest mob here, and I'm walking towards, right, all the time. You can teleport in, right? Do all that stuff, right? Teleport out, and then cast Envenom to get my AP back as well, right? Then I'm always running. Obviously, there's only one mob here, but I've killed everything. I'm proccing my boots, I'm proccing Combustive Action, and Corrupt Lethal at the same time, so my AP game's pretty much full. Or almost full, right? And then you move into the next set of mobs and you go in from there, right? So that's why it's so strong. So then you just cast your daily again, and then just keep repeat, right? So my rotation in Temple of the Spider, just because mobs don't die instantaneously, I put Conduit of Ice on the biggest mob, just so it has the most HP and it's always going off. And then I just Fireball, Chill Strike, right? And then whenever I get close enough, I can cast Icy Terrain, throw my Hawk, right, or the Dragonfire as well, and then you're going from there. In like Rax and like Reaper, where things die very, very quick, sometimes I won't throw Conduit Ice first. I'll just throw Fireball, Chill Strike, and just like movement speed and get my Icy Terrain down, right? So you can proc things nice and fast. But Conduit of Ice is really, really strong. Proc Smolder and Vampire, right? Crit Strike for Smolder. But this is by far, I think, the most optimal build for it. There are some variations of it as well. I've seen people run like Black Dragon set for increased recharge speed and stuff like that. But it's very, very strong. Play around with it, right? Get used to being able to catch your daily and then everything else, all your encounters, and then just keep moving forward with it, okay? If you have any questions, just let me know, but that's my AOE build. Focus on Master Temple of Spider. Thanks for watching.